Hello friends, it's Kristen, or Krusty if you prefer to call me that, that is fine. For today's video, I'm filming this on the 13th, but you will see it on the 16th, and the 16th of every month is Bingo a Shame. This is my fourth one, I believe, but it's been going on for over a year now. It was started by Dubs Beauty Diary and Andy at Makeup in the Mundane, and basically a palette is chosen and you do a palette bingo with it. If you don't have the palette, you can draw what shades you would have used and then dupe them. And that's what I had to do with this month. This month it was So Jaded by ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. I don't have that palette, and yeah. So I randomly drew shades, looked at online pictures and swatches, and tried to do the best I could with duping. I actually drew 6 numbers, but I'm only gonna do 5. The last one was a pressed glitter in the ColourPop palette, and I just didn't want to do that. So we're doing the first 5 that I picked, which would have been 20, 29, 22, 26, and 15. And so I have my list here, and I have 4 different palettes that I'm going to use. The first palette will be the W7 Mardi Gras palette, and we're using Attire, which is right here. Such a big palette. This one right there. And then we're using Behave, which is over here. I shouldn't have used the same finger that I swatched the other one. I have a cut on this finger too, and like the shadow has like sunk in there, so it looks like I have a purple line. So that's Behave. And this has nothing to do with anything, but the shadow in here, Behave, is spelled with 2 E's at the end, and I don't know if that was a mistake or for some reason on purpose, but it kind of bothers me. Weird things bother me. And then from the Surge palette, we have the shade Juicy, which is that shade right there. And from the Blends palette from Blend Bunny, we have the shade Mama Bear, which is this one right here. And then from the Naked Honey palette, we have the shade Amber. All my fingers are gross. So here we are. So that is our color story. It's like neutral took a twist. This is definitely not a color story I would say I gravitate towards. There's a couple neutrals in there. With an orange, I do like an orange leaning neutral color story, but then you got the purple in there. So, you know, workable, but like not super cohesive. So I'm gonna start with Mama Bear in the Blends palette. So Bingo of Shame, if you would like to participate, the ladies that I mentioned that started it, they can add you to the Instagram chat. You can, so we post on the 16th, you can make a video, you can just do an Instagram story. our Instagram post. And really, you can just, you just like do it on your own. Find out what palette it is and just do your own thing. Maybe post it to like the group chat if you're a little shy and just like the idea but don't necessarily want everybody to show it to everybody. That's okay, I get it. So we have a group message, and everybody's like super helpful, super supportive. It's just really nice, and we have people all around the world, so that's really cool. Just a lot of different takes and ideas on the palettes, and it's just really fun to see all the looks that can come from one palette or one, color story that's being duped. I am a little bit jealous that I don't have this palette. It seems to be a lot of people's favorite ColourPop palette. It's fairly old. It's been discontinued for a while. What are we gonna use next? I think we're gonna go into W7 and use Attire. So that shade right there, that's kind of neutral brown but with a smattering of orange in there. So yeah, I don't have the palette, and I wasn't really seriously probably gonna buy it, but I did look on Mercari to see what people were selling it for, and they are selling it for a pretty penny, a lot of them. So it's not something that I seriously thought of getting. And the color story is pretty, but not necessarily something I need at this point. I have so many palettes and so much makeup. It kind of gets to the point where it's really gotta draw me in. Then we're gonna go with our other matte, which is Juicy and Surge. I will say I do like the ratio of mattes and shimmers. I got 3 mattes to 2 shimmers. So. What else? What else to talk about? I don't know what else to talk about. I'm having a pretty chill weekend. It's Saturday afternoon, early evening when I'm filming. Just didn't have a lot of gumption to do my makeup. I don't talk about it like a ton, but I mention it here and there that I do have a chronic illness, and it was just kind of acting up, and I just didn't have a lot of gumption to do anything. I had planned on filming earlier and just couldn't get into it. Just wanted to lay on the couch for a while, and that is okay. That's what I needed at the moment. But then inspiration struck me, so here I am. I did go out this morning for a little bit. My town had a pet fest down by one of the, well, kind of a park by the river, but there's a lot of vendors and dog themed businesses and stuff, or pet themed, and so I took Bimo there. Bimo is our middle child. Red is very old and not super into other dogs, and so I didn't want to put him in the car. And Jake hates me 90% of the time, so I don't think he was going to get in the car with me anyway. But he's not big into other dogs either. He likes to do his own thing with his human, which is our roommate Eric. He loves him the most, and I am the 3rd human in the house that he loves of the 3 humans. So next up, I'm going to go into Behave and put that on the majority of my lid. But Bimo seemed to have fun. He was, I think, a little overwhelmed, but he had fun. And we got some treats and some snacks, and he got a new bandana. He had a bandana that I had gotten from Pride back in June, but it had to be retired. It was looking a little gruff, so we retired that bandana, and he got a new one with some cute little paw print design. So. And like, that's really all I did today. I ran to the store and got some Drizzlers. We ran out of Drizzlers because I'm the worst dog mom. If you're not aware of what Drizzlers are, they're just like, I think they're just like expensive gravy that you put on dog food. But Red especially, he's our older one. He's 15. He just goes absolutely bonkers for the Drizzlers. You would think he was like 3 years old the way he's jumping around. So, and he's got bad teeth, but I don't want to like get them taken care of because he's so old. I don't want to put him under. So I like it too because it'll soften up his food. The other dogs love him too. Bimo always eats all his food no matter what, so does Red. But Jake doesn't always eat out all his food, but he likes the Drizzlers too and will usually eat all his food. He's our picky child. Although sometimes Bimo is picky too. Okay, this is Amber from the Honey palette. I'm just putting that on my like inside corner. I have to say, it's a little chunky. This is a fairly old palette, so it might be getting a little long in the tooth. Doesn't smell bad or anything. Okay. I feel like this is like a neutral orangey with a pop of orange, which does give me Halloween vibes, which I do like. So, mascara. Throw on some mascara for the finished look. So if you guys want to find more Bingo Shame videos, you can check out DW at Dub's Beauty Diary and Andy at Makeup and the Mundane. Or search, Bingo of Shame here or over on Instagram. I do really like palette bingos because it makes me put together eye looks that I wouldn't necessarily come up with on my own. I am not always the most creative when it comes to color schemes and such like that. And a lot of times I come up with looks I really end up liking, but I just never would have thought to pair those colors together. Okay. So. That is the final look with the 4 different palettes for my Bingo of Shame. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, send your friends. We have fun here, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye.